right. We are here for another week. If Al goes further back, I noticed that it looks like he's he's from he gets all pixelated and it looks like he's in a cave in Afghanistan or something. That's what it looked like earlier anyway. I was like, what is happening over there? But yeah, when you lean forward, you're in the light, so we can see you. So. All right. I think I'm going to kick us off here. I don't really know the story of this guy's various aliases. So he's got two YouTube pages. Again, not sure what the deal with that is. But I think this guy is probably my favorite non-Black Sonic hip hop musician in the Creative Commons scene. He's just so prolific and he's hilarious, but I don't know that he's ever gonna be like the type of guy that gets that gets signed to like a label, because a lot of his tracks are like a minute and a half long, and he just does his couple of verses on that thing, and then he's done. So the songs tend to be pretty short, but they definitely pack a punch. So anyway, the thing that the way that I've always known this guy is his name on Bandcamp is Black Columbo, but his URL is Rogue Gallery. Neither one of those is very easy to find, because you get a lot of Columbo the detective, and then he had the Columbo series has some episodes with Black in the title. So that's the only thing you can find. But his actual name, possibly, I don't know. But the name that sounds like it could be a real name, even though actually I don't know that it is, because anyway, the only thing that actually looks like a human, could be a human name, I don't know, Black Columbo. Yeah, nobody names people Black, so that's not a name. Is Lucius V. Guggenheim III. Now I'm gonna be perfectly honest, he doesn't look like a Guggenheim III, but maybe, I don't know. He could be Lucius though. But this is like a live show at a place called or a event called Bartenders. So you're spitting bars, little play on words there. And it's at a place called Paydayla, or maybe Payday LA. He's from Compton, or at least he claims to be from Compton on his Bandcamp. Again, most everything that he writes appears to be a joke, so I'm not sure what is real. But anyway, it's awesome. Here it is. Witness my growth like looking at the tallest seed. Fitness with quotes, my pen moves at an awesome speed. Skill still appeal to what you niggas all can speak. Never remotely move me like the stalker's breed. Come on, this is move music, something for the call to G. Switch shit, they fitness the guards too, they want to cheat. Give me that second back tape is here now, y'all can breathe. I've been busy fucking the world, making karma cream. You know me well by my unparalleled presence. Second guesses get to watch my efforts carousel. I used to dwell on direction, nevertheless I feel. You rather regress to bury the essence, nevertheless I skill. And for comparing, you gotta respect the repertoire. The feet reach, nigga, this is how the resin smell. The epicenter of an echelon, redirected yell. I recollect a record trying to redirect the L. The kind of covenant I'm coming with, other shit. The dialect that I just like to help your leverage sell. Look, money makes the world go around. And once I got it to burn, we gon' kerosene and carousel. Look, pop out the Praline McLaren. Once a political prisoner, niggas act like we ain't sharing. These niggas too fugazi, don't get him laid down. It goes toot baby, right in your face. Blow. Now the nigga that's smooth through angry and about to spray crowds. I'm walking up on YouTube, baby, you'll get the grave down.
Talk to him, Bo.
Niggas with the Twitter fingers and lingers in cyberspace.
Yeah, we illy with the interweaving, we cheat the entire
You
area.
really need to spit it clean or my team will come violate.
We really with the centipede and demeanors go by the tape.
Philly with a fifth of zebras, I'm eager to isolate.
Hold on. She got nibble on the beaver creeping, the pipe is great.
Thriller with the cedar, she fiending, eager to body
Yeah,
jam.
the middle of a visa, I'm feeling divas about they
She
lace.
feeling on my Caesar, I'm finna be in a tighter place.
She twiddling her fingers, she need a breather, she kinda shade.
It's all on her cleavage, she seeing that my desire's great.
It reads vitamin D on my license plate. You heard me? Let's go to chain banger.
That's never been the game banger, the game changer.
Well known as the main mangler, the dame wrangler, will never entertain saving her.
Hey,
You catch me in the interchange waving her.
They say it's
All right. So it's the first guy that was spitting that is potentially named Lucius.
You know anything about where that was shot?
Well, the name of the place is called Paydayla, Paydayla, and that was 4 years ago. Yeah, that's all I got at the moment. Let's see, does that seem like a place? There's Payday LA submissions, artist submissions. So I think that's what it is. I think it's Payday LA, which again checks out since he claims to be from Compton. The best rap show in LA. So yeah, so there's two venues. There's the Virgil and there's Resident DTLA. And now that I have discovered that, I can tell you that this was shot at the Virgil. So, because it said the Virgil on here, and I had no idea what that meant. So, yeah. So now I'm confused what the bartenders. Maybe these two guys together are called the bartenders. I'm guessing that's what's going on. But this is on Lucius's YouTube rather than on the Colombo Black YouTube. So yeah, it's all kind of a little bit yeah, I don't know what to deal with all the names is. Yeah, so but yeah, the Bandcamp is quite prolific. So yeah, it's just it's colomboblack.bandcamp.com. Oh yeah, so his like name over on the right on Bandcamp, if you're familiar with the Bandcamp UI, is Colombo Black. So that would be like maybe where like if you were a label, then it would have like your label name up there. And then when you release something, you put an artist name on there. So it's like the label is Colombo Black, and then the artist is Rogue Gallery. But like it's just him. Like it's not. So I don't know. And then it says the opening says Colombo Black, aka Lucius V. Guggenheim III, born in Hollywood and raised in Compton. But then like, what is Rogue Gallery? If his stage name is Colombo Black, I'm very confused about this. But and like I said, neither Colombo Black nor Rogue Gallery are easy to find. Like if you're just like doing a search. And Colombo in this case is COLUMBO. Yeah, so I like his stuff, but he remains mysterious. So
yeah, it's I think it's probably pretty simple as long as you don't think about it.
Well, I mean there is some truth to that. So
yeah, it all makes sense. Just don't think about it.
Yeah, it's all there.
I can't say that I have very much prepared, but that said, I do have this little piece from Sickobot. If I can remember how to even put videos up, though. There we go.
Yeah, go to the
Share
dots.
video. There we go. I got it.
Yeah.
Don't have a home, and I don't have a job. I'm what you would call some homeless man, but I'm never hungry. I'm never in pain. Homeless man, but I'm never hungry. I'm never in pain. Homeless man, but I'm never hungry. By my side, a beautiful girl. She keeps my head straight when I'm not doing well. And all the people around know who we are. Everybody says hi as we go by. And we walk on the city of hope. We dance and we laugh because nothing's wrong. Life and everything, so simple and fun. Although I know I can't do it for too long. Today I feel fine, tomorrow maybe it won't last. Oh no. As time keeps going by, my dark days is coming back. Sun goes down and the city lights up. We start heading back to the orbit car. Doesn't really work, it doesn't even look nice, but it's more than enough for us to spend all night. And we walk on the city of hope. We dance and we laugh because nothing's wrong. Life has never been so simple and fun. Although I know I can't do it for too long. Today I feel fine, tomorrow maybe it won't last. As time keeps going by, my dark age is coming back. Today I feel fine, tomorrow maybe it won't last. Oh no. As time keeps going by, my dark age is coming back.
Today I feel fine. Today I feel fine. Today I feel fine. Tomorrow maybe it won't last. Today I feel fine. Today I feel fine. Today I feel fine. Tomorrow maybe it won't last.
Definitely enjoyed that.
Yeah, kind of the interesting thing with them is I believe they're from Colombia. And yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, kind of like with that song, most of their songs are in English and stuff, but you go to their sites and stuff, and it's like Right. Why is all this stuff written in Spanish? And then you go back to the music and it's all in English. But yeah, I concur. Pretty cool stuff. Unfortunately, that's about all I had today too.
I was trying to figure out, looking through all the videos on here, if there were any videos that by Cheese and Potsy that had not been played before. I'm thinking maybe this one. So this is Raisins by Cheese and Potsy off of Out of Bounds, aka Cone Movers.
What's your options? What you got? Yo, it's rough all over. On this ball of sandpaper, capers and schemes for every flash pan dream. Whether following a guideline or going against the seams, teams be established. Filling heads full of cabbage. The ravish of the self goes beyond mental health. Wealth of the soul, that's no longer the goal. Control of the thoughts, it's like it's gone to robots. Be a droid, fill a void, keep employed till destroyed. Living out the preset, get everyone annoyed. So it's either be a cog and sleep like a logger. Activate the mental high beam, seek through the fog. Regardless of the path, the math equals one. Lifetime existence, started from this instant. You heard it in the words since the days of an infant. Call it from the caverns, deep inside the mind. What you're trying to find may have been left behind. Rewind, ain't gonna happen, so learn and maneuver. Easier said than done, but you're the only one. What's appetite is fun, in the end leaves you numb. From start to finish, watching dreams diminish. Had to keep it, chose to idle, took the systematic title. Now life signs is vital, to sum up your recital. Regardless of a flow, people do what they will, but time waits for none, so when it's done, it's done.
That's right, Papa Potsy, to watch me get older, carry me on his shoulders. Do the shit that no quitter, just give her when my liver's just a sliver. Stand up like a river, little nigga gon' give back. I live cause he's breathing, mine will fall out. I'll see him teething, even when it gets tough. Got my fan to keep shining, some never find it. I live in gold mine, in the time it can fly, and I'm soaking each minute. Anyone can have life, but do you really live it? Give till it hurts, go berserk like John Candy. There's more than loot stacking, swimming in brandy. Hand me that mic, I ain't writing this down. I'm strutting down the block of this tiny town. Not giving a shiznit, this is the moment. Crapping in the hand dryer, Mr. Donut. Donuts, people stop rocking the frown. I can't sleep, cause I'll be eaten by clowns. Sounds ridiculous shit, yeah, for sure. I'm dropping the size like 6-packs occur. This track's the cure for whatever ails you got in the cooler. Fridge and the pool, or backseat picker, glove box or tickle. Trunk with the cheese, you best be at ease.
There you go, it's your first video. He loves it. We'll show it to all his girlfriends.
I was trying to figure out where that was, but the video quality, I mean, it's like the original video quality, I think, is just so bad you couldn't. So I'm guessing that was shot in someplace in Japan, but
yeah, that's what I was just with, especially with the shot of the kid and kind of roughly guessing where the ages are now.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it was Japan.
Yeah. So Cheese and Pot C released a ambulation, as they like to say, number 7, on Net Label Day, which was 2 Fridays ago on July 14th. Pot C also dropped an EP on Net Label Day, and Nerdicus dropped the instrumental tracks from The Adventure Begins, Gab to King, On the Move. And then also, well, and so that's like kind of like, I guess, no Long John in the Canadian Black Sonic crew. Also, Head Snack dropped a single. Nick Falcon dropped an album, and then Mike, whose new moniker is Me As In You, C-Doc, and Donnie Ozone. So lots of Net Label Day music from the block. I don't think I have any other Net Label Day releases on my top 10 here. Yeah, I was kind of thinking that Donnie would probably, he's been a participant for like, I think since 2016. Every day he releases a single on Net Label Day. So I was kind of thinking he might do some Net Label Day stuff. But yeah, it's a lot of music to get through. So I've listened to some of the Black Sonic stuff, like Head Stack came in number 17th on my weekly, and then that Pot C came in 22nd. So yeah, I still haven't finished everything, but there might be some more in the weeks to come. Now, you said that you didn't have anything else. Is that still the case, or did you
I'm trying to dig as you were talking.
Yeah, no problem. I've got one here. This one actually is also from Black Sonic, but not a Net Label Day release. This is MVMX, who that's the sort of like electronic moniker that Most Envy. I'm not sure if I think his real name is public. I'm not sure. So I'll just leave that. Maybe on the other side, I'll go look and see if it's on his Black Sonic page. But anyway, this is Wait For You. ends somewhat abruptly. Not super abruptly, but somewhat abruptly. But yeah, quite enjoyed that track in the video. And yeah, I thought this was on our website, but I wanted to check. So MVMX, aka Most MV, is Brian McCorvey, another guy with 3 different names. But this guy I actually know, and I know his real name is Brian McCorvey. So,
But
and it's two different projects, so it makes sense to have 2 different names. Whereas Rogue Gallery and Paloma Black seem to be the same thing.
Think can pop some of their info there into the chat.
Who, the Brian's info? Yeah, I can just it's just the Black Sonic /artist /MVMX. Pretty sure. No, apparently it's not artist. Maybe it's artist. We have an organization here. Yeah, it's artist without the S.
Now, I was trying to. I'm going to presume I'm going to be in the safe here. I have this kind of seems like kind of industrial power noise artist. They are called. I'm going to type the name into the chat and then attempt to pronounce it.
Okay. There's a long history of butchering names on this show, so you know.
Yeah, so they're called Kragro War Gokum. That's my best shot. Krago War Gokum.
Or it could be Kragro Arg Co Minnesota. Who knows? So that's the first thing I thought when I saw him in. So
but this is a little something they did with someone named Joy Jefferson named Death is Coming for David.
Well, bad news for David.
Oh, okay.
Was it a short?
I don't know. Let me try. I mean, it's not that short. It's like 8 minutes.
No. So YouTube has a thing called shorts. And if this is a short, then Jitsi does not know how to parse that URL. So that might be why could not. Why don't you drop the YouTube link in the chat there, and I'll see if I can bring it up in my browser.
Boop. That's right there.
So I thinking, just looking at that this needs a redirect, and Jitsi can't do that. Let's see here. It didn't redirect. Interesting. It just went straight to it for me. Yeah, that's weird. You know what I'm gonna do here is I see that this is a video on my end. I'm gonna try to drop it in here and see what happens. See if it works for me. Yeah, so I think the YouTube links say video, the ones that they can parse. No, they'll say watching them. So why can't this work?
So much for yes. So there's that.
What the hell? I mean, it works in my browser. Does it actually play when I press play? It does. Very, very interesting. Well, you know, we could just watch it and then we could tell people about it. No, we shouldn't do that.
I'm gonna I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead. There's this other live performance of theirs. I'm gonna see if that might work. Does this make you happy, Jitsi? Okay, we got something.
You know, I'm not typically a big fan of the power electronics or just really noise in general, but I enjoyed that.
You know, I gotta admit I'm a big noise fan, but it's one of those things where I don't think it doesn't translate well, or it tends to not translate well outside of the environment. It's like, no, you gotta be there.
Yeah, well, you know, that had like a lot of like drone elements to it.
Yeah, for sure.
Which I can get down with some drone. But just the like, I mean, and this is obviously not that. But the whole like screechy, like, I don't even know. Like when I think power of electronics, I just think of like just like weird, like just like that kind of stuff. And I'm like, how do people listen to this? Like, like I like how when I did that, Jitsi said something like, "It sounds like your mic is noisy." Yeah. It was noisy there for a little while.
Good job there, Doug.
Yeah. So
the robots get what you're throwing down.
Yeah. It sounds like you're trying to play Merzbow.
you know, I actually recently, where Merzbow is concerned, I was talking to a friend. And we were talking about, DJ weaponry. And I told him, I was like, yeah, as crazy as it might sound, I was like, Merzbow is actually, arguably the greatest music artist of all time. And I'm not joking. And he's like, dude, what do you mean? And I was like, okay, look, first off, get any given Merzbow release. Doesn't matter which one, because the guy is consistent. And after grabbing any given Merzbow release, I was like, yeah, dude, everybody loves Merzbow. They just don't know it. And so I was like, look, you could be throwing down like you're playing some old people's event. And you're throwing down Stairway, Led Zeppelin Stairway to Heaven. I was like, dude, when you just want to give that Stairway to Heaven, that little extra pizzazz, that little extra push, you take your Merzbow, you filter out the lows, and you just put a little bit of Merzbow behind that guitar solo. And it's going to sound 20 billion times more intense. And you can do that with just about anything. Or it's like, yeah, dude, you're playing a drum and bass party, whatever. You got this Dom and Rollin' record that you're dropping. People are going crazy. You know what that record needs? Just a little bit of Merzbow. It'll send it over the top. And that was something I was telling my friend. In all honesty, it's like, yeah, dude, I go to like DJ gigs and stuff, and I always pack Merzbow with me, and I'm like, no, you throw Merzbow over the top of anything, and you don't need to give them the full-on Merzbow. It's just, it's that little sprinkled salt you put on top that just sets everything off.
It's interesting that you use the salt there as your analogy, because most people don't just like, they're not dumping the salt shaker into their mouth. So, small quantities.
Yeah, it's just a little dash of Merzbow.
Yeah, no, I like that. Yeah, keeping it interesting. Wow.
But yeah, that's kind of my thing with Merzbow is there's noise, but then there's Merzbow, and Merzbow is secretly one of the greatest artists of the 20th, 21st century. People just need to be shown why they like Merzbow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you think of the other musicians that are known that have been around since like the late 70s, or the early 80s in the case of like a Metallica. But, think about it. Like, it's been around for almost 45 years. 79. So you know, there's something, even if it's not for you, like you have to appreciate that sort of longevity, you know.
For sure.
You have to realize that like there's something there, you know, like you know, like I mean, it's somebody like, I mean, obviously opposite end of the pop spectrum, but somebody like Madonna, you know, like even if Madonna is not for you, like you have to realize that like
there's something,
she's been putting out bangers forever, you know, like so I don't know. All right. Speaking of bangers, this video, maybe not the world's greatest video, but it's got its own little interesting. We'll talk about what I think is interesting about it after we listen to it. This dude, I was thinking we had him on Music Monument, but maybe we didn't because we couldn't ever get him on. I don't know, but this is one of those guys that he very, very rarely makes my top 10, because the way that I usually do it is I start an album and I listen to it more or less start to finish, you know, like I might get interrupted or whatever, but the idea is that I'm listening to the album one time.
Yeah, let's as a complete work, yeah.
And people that release singles, the thing is that like if I'm going to your Bandcamp page and I'm playing your single, that means I'm going to another Bandcamp page at the end of that track. And frankly, that's annoying. So I don't listen to a lot of singles. And that's all this dude puts out. So I just queued up like, you know, a bunch of his, like a few of his singles in a row. But I've known about this guy forever. He's from North Carolina. Well, I don't know if he's from North Carolina, but he was living in Cary back in the day. I know that. Yeah, so this is Ryan Little, and he's a beat maker, and this is the beat that he has titled Heart Turned Cold. So I don't know if the preview videos show up the same as for everybody, but if you take a look at his other videos, you can see that he has a he has a style for his videos, and that is set down a camera somewhere and do your shit in front of the camera. And this is genius because a lot of people, they just put up album art, which is super boring. And this is like pretty much everybody has a decent camera on their phone, you know? I mean, like, you don't need it to be, you know, you don't need to be George Lucas with a $200,000 camera, especially if you're in a place that's not dark. And if you are in a place that's dark, then you get the Afghani cave thing like you have when you lean back. What really happened, like the brings out the whole the whole like terrorist and I'm sorry to pick on Afghanistan, but you know, terrorists in Afghani caves, that's definitely a thing. But you know, pick your favorite terrorist organization and you know, they make videos like this. But the I don't even know, I can't even tell what it is, but the background that is there is all pixelated. Like, I don't know if I know you've got some books over, but on your right, like the camera can't figure out if things are moving, and like it's just like it looks, you know, it looks like a visualization, you know, like it's just like black and like so there's like a yellowish sort of tint to your right. Are those like encyclopedias or something? Like what is that?
No,
the yellow and then the red.
Yeah, well, I don't know. There's like
no, you're right. You're right on the other side.
Over here,
wallpapers. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the esoteric tradition.
Ah, yeah. No. That was right behind you. It might be just the wall. See, this is the thing. I can't even tell. Like, turn all the way around, like to the other side. What is like not on the bookshelf? Like
we have a laser dab. This thing is like right here is a laser dab rig.
Oh, now you're just frozen.
So weird.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think it might just be the wall. I don't know.
It's actually dark as mad in here.
Yeah. Well, that's why the camera. Yeah. So yeah, it's the wall. I can tell now. So that like I can't. It's like a wood, like a lighter wood, and then like a darker wood.
Yeah.
Yeah, that lighter wood. The camera was just like had no idea what was going on over there. It was just like it looked like it was moving. Like because, I mean, I knew that it wasn't. I knew that it was like camera artifacts, but it was like but anyway, my point is that you can get an interesting visual effect even if you have like bad lighting or you know, so just like stick a camera up somewhere and take some video. It doesn't even have to like mean anything, you know, like it doesn't have to be connected to the audio necessarily, but you know, it's a YouTube is a visual platform.
You know, that's that is. Thank you for that, Doug. Those are some interesting ideas.
I mean, like,
and actually, there's something I like really, really love about the idea of like, yeah, you know, we're just sitting here and the practice guitars, instrument design, and build sonic weaponry lab.
I mean, the funny thing, like, I don't even know if he planned to have the TV in the background in that video, but I mean, I assume it was a TV. I don't even know, but there was some sort of light that was flashing in the background to give like a visual effect, and like, who knows if he planned that or not? But it was interesting, you know, like when there's not a whole lot of stuff going on, then the little things become interesting. So I don't know, but yeah, I think that people would probably get more views on their YouTube if they didn't use album art. So
yeah,
pro tip. So
yeah. For sure. Just static images when the eyes like to be entertained. They like movement.
Yeah.
Even if it's slight.
I noticed that the YouTube app now no, never mind. It wasn't the YouTube app. It was actually the LinkedIn Learning app. But maybe YouTube should do this. They have a audio only flag that you can click. So if you're just like listening to something, you don't have to transmit all that bandwidth.
Yeah.
So I thought I noticed that the other day. All right. You got anything else, or you want to keep on? Want me to keep on?
I don't have anything else.
All right.
Myself right now.
Well, we are going to go from one R-named beatmaker to another. This is Raymond Young with "Take Me There." Now, I wonder if you switch those beats in the videos of the last two, how much of a different vibe would you give to each of those beats just based on the visuals? You know? Because the videos, completely different vibes.
Yeah. You know, one thing I'm kind of that had me thinking is why Japanime? I've been thinking about that like more and more, just like because it's coming up a lot in virtual realities / augmented reality domains as well. Yeah. And I'm just like, like where I don't, you know, I have nothing against the style. I've always kind of liked it, but there just seems to be this. Even when you look at the American animation companies and whatnot, where it's like, no, everything's just kind of becoming Japanime. Ow.
Is that you getting a call or
that? Yes. And
well, do you need to go?
Through to the studio. Stop. All right, that's kind of embarrassing. It's like it's coming through the monitors. I can't make it stop. kind of makes kind of like one of those. There's this band, speed metal band, Stormtroopers of Death, and at the very end of their album, it was just a song called "What's That Effing Noise?"
Featuring Merzbow.
Might as well. And it's just like you just kind of like hear them in the studio, and then something just keeps on cutting through the monitors, It's just like, and they're just like, what the hell is that friggin' noise? Make it stop.
All right, should we play one more or should we call it?
And if you have one more, I'd say go for playing one more, and if not, then just call it.
Yeah, I've got this one. The artist name is Bravo. I'm gonna say Tune-Key. I'm not real sure on that. I think there is some French here. You know what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna click on their SoundCloud and see if they've got a location here. Well, discogs.com/FR. So, yeah, it's French here, of some sort, some variety of French, but I don't know, if they're Quebecos or what's going on. But in any case, I think it's the band name is, well, I mean, Bravo is Italian, so, and then Tune-Key doesn't look French or Italian. It's Tounky. But the name of the track might be like, I don't even know what is the French version of Spanglish? Fringlish? I don't know. The word flash, FLASH, I don't know if that's a word in other languages. And then detente, I don't know. That looks French. Whatever. Here's some beats. I think I might have skipped like a little bit of the fade out there. It was getting pretty soft, so yeah. So that was that.
All right.
More, again with the DIY video aesthetic. So just go press some random inanimate objects and put noises to them, sounds to them. There's your video. So thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
It did kind of make me wonder, though, if they were, because there's this simple, like, they're kind of like contact mics, that people, you can just hook up this stuff and and be like, oh, great, I'm using the plant as like a control. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that kind of made me wonder. I was like, I mean, I guess they could have just thrown a sample behind that, but I was like, I wonder if they're actually playing that thing just cause.
Yeah. It didn't, I mean, with the leaf, like I could have seen maybe having something there. The grapes, I think those are grapes. Pretty sure
Yeah,
those are grapes.
and with the grapes, I was thinking, because I was like, yeah, they can be doing it by just kind of like by surface area. You know what I mean? And
No, I don't know what you mean. Actually, what do you?
we're so with the leaf, it looked like, oh, okay, that's just a simple, like, okay, are you touching the leaf or not?
Yeah.
With the grapes, I just got the feeling, because I noticed that they were using more than one, like a couple fingers when they dealt with the grapes.
Sure.
And so I was just like, oh, okay, they're making more contact with those grapes than they were with and I was like, okay, I guess after so much contact is made, that
Yeah, but where would you put the lead on the, like, I don't know, because
I don't know.
the grape is, you know, is 360 the bunch.
Yeah,
I guess you could just stick it in there.
Yeah.
See, I just thought
think-
somebody was out like checking their
That's
plants,
probably what
their,
it
like,
was.
their vineyard, and they're like, let me go record this.
You know, that's probably what it was. And I'm also, you have to remember the environment I'm in.
But I mean, yeah, but it's an interesting. Yeah, you could have a prepared grape, like a prepared piano. I mean, yeah, I mean, theoretically,
Yeah,
you
for
could
sure.
do that. So,
But yeah, I think, now that I think about it, I think probably the only reason my brain was going immediately there is because I'm sitting in our workshop here, and I'm just surrounded by insanity.
Well, so that's everyone's homework for next week. Hook up some leads to some grapes and video, record it, and yeah, send it in. Leave your best grape performance in the comments. So
what kind of MIDI and OSC commands you can officially get to be thrown out from contact with the grapes. But
the other thing that you could do is you could do it just visually, you know, like you could have some sort of like you know, digital imaging, you know, some sort of recognition software that watches the video and then it pairs a sound to, so that seems more likely for that video than actually hooking up leads, but who knows? Yes, if someone, if Bravo Tunki, first of all, I apologize not having any idea how to pronounce that, but if you see this and you want to explain the video, we're very clearly curious about how this was done. So sweet. Well, thank you for joining me today. Next week I might actually be out. Donnie's supposed to be back. I need to talk to my parents about that. I'm not sure what they're going to be.
Well, I will certainly try to jump back next week. My schedule has been so kind of crazy.
Yeah, at some point, you know, when your documents get declassified, about all the work, nobody's going to understand that. That's not in our text, so presumably that's no one besides me. So,
but yeah, well, I will catch you later. You keep it solid there, Doug, and I guess for the rest of internet's peoples, surf the waves and make noise and art harder.
Yeah. All right. No, art smarter, not harder. I think that might be our show title. Thanks.
Ciao.
Peace.